Naruto 607 review. Okay, this is going to be just a review recap. Not everyone likes the live action, so let's go ahead and do the recap. All right. The first thing is Yuhiko in the beginning. Everybody's pretty much seen. He just basically told Obito to go to hell, and it's. But what's interesting to me is something I actually pointed out already, but maybe a little bit more, is that remember that it was the Leaf, Danzo, right, and Hanzo together that were the ones that demanded Yuhiko his life. And I believe this is the reason why, that Obito got to Danzo and Hanzo, and just to eliminate this person so Nagato would eventually come to him. He would be distressed, and the one person that had common sense in that, enough common sense in that group to know that that wasn't that this guy was totally full of BS would be eliminated. So I liked. So it started off, even though I thought that the last chapters I repeated about a million times was a great place to stop. I thought this was actually very good. And if Kishimoto would have stopped there, I would have been, I could have said, well, okay, we got something. And then of course we get a lot more action. And then we get into the whole thing with he has a different mask, and why does he have a different mask, and what is the deal with the different suits. I think that's partially explained, that they have different personalities, and I would assume different abilities, but that really isn't. We just have to kind of assume that. So that's why some people don't like the idea that he found out about the attack by spying on Kakashi. It makes sense that he would have spied on his friend, and so I'm actually, a lot of people don't like this. I'm actually okay with that. There was probably multiple ways he could find out about it. I still cannot square myself away that he would actually attack the village and kill a lot of people like this. We have to accept that he believes basically that, if he wins, that everybody's going to be brought back to life, and they're all going to live in a happy fantasy land. So unicorns and rainbows. So we just we have to accept that part of it. I like the artwork in this chapter. And the idea that he was going to fight Minato, and that he had the ability to, I mean, these are all things that could be explained away. If we were going to have this flashback, I think that Kishimoto could have done a much better job with his flashback. And then, as a lot of people have said, the thing where we get the flashback within the flashback, where he's a kid again. The only purpose that it serves is if you want to go with, well, there's a whole idea of who is this Obito? Is he this? But I mean, that's that'll be a separate video, really. And but yeah, you have to kind of who is this Obito, and then try to square away some of these things or not. So anyway, it started off great for me, because it really, like I say, the first flashback to me was really worth it. The rest of it were kind of problematic, good in some ways, bad in others. It does point out that he was indeed the one that fought the fourth Hokage. So you did get some more answers, and then a whole page of I don't care anymore about it. So, and then the end, to me, saved it. For me, it started off fantastic, and it kind of, it had some problems. And then at the end, the action, and we're going to get the real fight. And it was, I have never, in all these videos I've seen, the chapters, I've never been so happy to see Naruto himself before. It was like, just, we've made it through. We're done. We're back to the action. We need to get rolling. But anyway, and then back to Madara too. This is fantastic. So we're seeing the whole him using the dragon style. The whole thing of Yamamoto always said, he was basically always, hey, oh, you had the wood style. He's like, hey. So you really see that what his abilities were just really pretty small in comparison. And of course now Madara can boost, you know, I'm assuming because his powers and everything can go even further, I would think, or at least the same or higher level. I would say even further. But you get, I mean, you get an idea, you know, the difference, you know, when he was using the wood style to restrain Naruto, you know, the QB in him, and how much trouble he had even at lower levels, and the size of, you know, the wood dragon stuff that he was using. I mean, this is just so far, you know, above and beyond. But anyway, I don't want to stretch this. I want to keep this reasonably short. So we get to see a lot. It's Madara. People have become huge Madara fans now that he's actually, and this, especially this super insane constructed Madara. So a lot of fans out there now for the bad guy, which is pretty incredible. And of course, Guy looks like he's about done. I don't know what he's going to do. And that's a guy that has Senju DNA, if anybody does, to be able to survive all the stuff he does. So, or something like that. But anyway, and then I really like it, the whole thing. Here's Naruto, Kuruma. I won't hold back against the zombie. You already did. I'm just so glad to get back into this. You know, I just cannot wait. I mean, this is going to be he and Madara and everything. Now, how do you kill Madara? Who's going to come forward? There's a lot of possibilities. I really would like to see some fighting right now after the flashbacks. I really am kind of jonesing for a good fight, you know, if you know what I mean, to watch one, that is. So, and then the whole thing at the end, Obito, that, to me, that's a whole, coming to terms with him, that's at least one video to really, after everything that's happened, to try to come to terms with what, you know, Obito, what was he really to begin with, and what, you know, how did he get where, I mean, I still am not, it still isn't squared with me, and I think a lot of people have probably been really smart about it and just accepted it. But anyhow, let's go ahead and finish this out. Once again, just this was the first flashback was in my mind very helpful, and then it went to questionable, and then the whole thing back to when he's a kid, unless you're trying to show that he wasn't such a great person to begin with. But anyway, like I said, I'm trying to save that for another video. Okay. I actually really like this chapter. In the end, was just completely lifted me up, because that means we're going to have we should have a fantastic chapter next time around in 2 weeks. From what I understand, next week's going to be skipped. So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Really do appreciate it. I appreciate all my subscribers, old and new. Okay, and this is the way I'm going to do the format from now on. I'm going to do a live action, and then I'm going to do a review recap, and because, you know, I'm trying to make. I realize that I have my subscribers, some like the live, some don't, some like this, so I'm going to go ahead and do it that way. I still will do viewer comments, at least on the live reaction, and should be this video too. So I'll at least be doing one viewer comments video a week at least. Alright, let me go ahead and close this out. Finally, a thumbs up would be awesome. I really would appreciate that. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything that you want to. Until next time, take care.